Have breast cancer week coming up here shortly. Yeah, I think so. 100% sure. And watch me. Plenty of them script and them you can't find it in this year. You have to script it out. But it's real nice and simple here.
No, but the scripts are in here.
No, the scripts are in here.
They're here too.
No, but in here.
Yeah, but
easier here. Anyway, easier for me.
Yeah, it's easier for you.
Yeah. So to each his own.
I'm 16 years old. I have to read out the script. My eyes ain't that good.
No boy, watch me. It's the eye part is this. This is way better. What is it? Right?
Playing now on Power 102.
I'll drink anyone. See?
I hear news.
Yeah, but no one has it. You can take anyone you want. I think we will call it inside here, the business corner thing. Yeah, the same thing I want back in. I can't see it good from here, but you can get everything from right here again. It's easier and better. I don't want no part of that paper again. No part. So they have a blessed one, Raj. Blessed. Family.
My big brother.
Respect. Right? So everything's straight.
And we know that.
Right. People like you know me.
Family. This is family skin. If you show man skin, foot. Eczema, shoulder man.
And you want to spoil my night by telling me that?
No, for me, figure maybe you could help him.
No, I don't want to know that.
Sexplosion is on Power 102.
Oh, let me read this.
Days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. The largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102. Empowering you.
Just give this signal.
Well, thank you for staying here with us on Power 102.1 FM, and a very special thanks as always to 9 Miles International. Well, taking your time, it's now 10 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we do welcome you to Sexplosion, Trinidad and Tobago longest nighttime running program with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center located at St. Augustine. And a very special good evening to you, my big brother. How are you today?
Pleasant good evening to you. A pleasant good evening to all the listeners and viewers of Sexplosion on social media, those of you on our app, and those of you who are listening to us on radio.
Yeah.
Theater of the Mind. This is where you get your sex education, all the information you need concerning.
Yes, sex.
What was that face about? Oh, okay. Well, next time, give me the heads up,
More than that. Yeah, okay. I will. I will.
because I thought something happened to you.
No.
Yeah, people get a heart attack and all kind of thing. All of a sudden, you have to give me the heads up. I don't know that kind of face. There was a serious face.
The way things going these days, anything could happen, right?
That's right. So I just want to make sure nothing happened to you while we're doing the program or ever. So
It's a Friday evening.
it's a Friday evening. You were telling me something I wasn't paying too much attention to because I was on the phone concerning last night's program. What was the?
No, we got a lot of compliments on last night's program, and I think one of the reasons, and even though it's on a Thursday, it was more on an educational level. So a lot of people appreciated at that particular time.
Well, in my opinion is that Sexplosion is all about education, sex education, letting people know the rights and the wrong, the things that they're supposed to be doing and things that they're not supposed to do. But first of all, they needed a background. There are new listeners. We have new listeners. There are persons who don't know who Dr. Raj is. There are persons who want to know whether they're listening to a sex program in Trinidad and they're blown away by it. Remember, we have new persons coming on all the time.
Well, yes.
And so we have to make sure we keep them abreast and let them know exactly what's happening and what it's all about. So I guess last night program, it was long overdue. I just decided to do that. I decided to go down that road and do that. And tonight I'm going to talk about things of a sexual nature because this is our adult program. And let's face it, we deal with adult education, adult information, and adult entertainment.
Yes,
We're here to entertain, but the entertainment part of it, as you're well aware, is not only what we do here. There are many aspects of the entertainment part that a lot of people are not aware of, like, for example, the swingers club, the gentleman's club, the parties that we have, the get-togethers that we have, the talent that we bring to Trinidad to do live shows. There are so many aspects of the entertainment part of it, and of course there is the medical side of it also. The medical side does not mean to say we step into the medical realm as far as medicine and being a doctor is concerned. We talk about the medical side of taking care of people with their sexual dysfunction. And that's what I mean when I use the word medical. I use it very loosely there. But you have to people have to know that they have an avenue for them to enjoy their lives. There are many aspects to sexual and sexuality and things of that nature. That's why we have the club could transform itself into a fantasy club at time, where you have these get together where person act out their fantasies with spanking, massaging. I know one particular woman who comes to our get together just to be massaged by about 3 or 4 persons. It doesn't matter if it's male or female, but she just likes the idea of being pampered by more than one person, and that's her way of getting off, and that's her way of relaxation, and that's her way of getting out of the tension of everyday stress.
And apart from that, it gives you a different style of lifestyle.
Well,
because you're so accustomed to the same.
Remember, I deal with alternative lifestyle. Alternative lifestyle means taking care of anything that is not the norm. There are men and women out there who enjoy different things. For example, there are some men who like watching. It does not matter if it's their partner participating in something or a stranger, they like watching. There are women who are voyeuristic also. And there's a name for every type of entertainment that you like. There are some women who like to be spanked. There are some men who like to be spanked. There are some men who like to be dominated. And there are some men and women who like to dominate. There are different aspects to things of a sexual nature. There are persons who come as a couple and then separate when they reach. So whatever they do, it doesn't matter. And I always say, I'm not there to judge. I don't sit back and say, well, okay, he's allowing his wife to do that. I wonder what kind of person he is. No, I know for a fact, and this is This is where my maturity comes in and my education. I know for a fact that everybody have a secret desire hidden within themselves. You know?
Yeah.
And it takes a special incident or a special person to bring that to the forefront.
Yes, but then again, apart from that, you know what you're coming and you know what to expect. So it's not to say if
Well,
anything
no, you
happens-
don't know what to expect. And that's the wonderful thing about it. You know you're coming in an environment where anything could happen. There are persons who come there and they're all clammy and quiet and whatnot at the beginning. And by the end of the evening, it's a totally different, transformed individual. So you don't know what to expect. I don't have any expectation if you come to the club. I don't know what are your needs and wants and behaviors and sexual preferences and whatnot. I don't know. How could I know that? So there's no expectation of the individual, but all you are expected to do is to be open enough to participate. That's the expectation you have. Expectation of every individual who is there is to expect that you're dealing with adults, you know, you're not dealing with little children. As a matter of fact, I don't think we ever had anybody under 20 years of age participating or being there, right? Not even between 18 and 20, although that's considered to be an adult, but we don't consider that. You have to be open-minded. You have to have a kind of no restriction on yourself kind of attitude, right? There are persons who come there out of curiosity, but at the end of the day, they might enjoy themselves more than the persons who are accustomed doing it. Because the persons who are accustomed doing it, they will make you feel comfortable. At first, anytime you get into a situation like that, it's like going to a strip club. If you go to a strip club for the very first time, you look to go and sit down quite in a corner and watch what's going on, you know.
Right, yes, to kind of
Break
get
the ice.
Yes, get into that.
But eventually when you get into it and you realize what it is all about and you have maybe a couple of drinks if you drink alcohol or you relax enough, you move to a different position.
Yeah.
And you might end up on the stage or close to the stage. So expectation of the individual's behavior is not something I put at the forefront of my mind. My expectation is that you know you're coming to an adult environment and you know you're coming to do something of that nature. Be free. Be free to do that. I have seen persons use their wife as a ticket to get into a swingers club, meaning that you use your wife to get into the swingers club but you don't want her doing anything. But it backfires on the man all the time.
Well, that doesn't make any sense at all.
It does. It makes plenty sense.
If you expect
It makes
to go,
plenty sense because there are guys who would do that with the expectation that I am going to enjoy myself, but my wife is not allowed to. But it backfires on them. That's why I give them warning before. Don't feel you're bringing your wife or your girlfriend as a ticket. That's not going to happen.
Nothing happening at all.
No, that's not going to happen. That cannot happen. Because everyone has a secret desire and everyone has something that they want to fulfill. She's not going to come there just to accommodate you.
Yeah, but that just don't make sense at all.
No, I have seen it countless. Remember my background, as I explained last night. I started in this thing at the age of 11 years and 4 months old, and I make it my duty to say 11 years and 4 months. And I started working at a swingers club and an adult bookstore at 17, you know, mister.
17 years old.
17. So my experience in this thing is vast. I know who is coming as a ticket. I could just watch you and know whether you're going to participate or not. If you're there to be voyeuristic, I could tell. You can't fool me with them.
So, okay, let's say for instance, you have a swingers event coming up, and the people coming in. You, in other words, what you were telling me is that just looking at that person, you could say, hey, look, this person will participate.
You have a good idea. You have a fairly good idea. I was so good at that we will go to shows and whatnot, and I'll pinpoint to the girl who will behave bad and who will not.
Yeah. Wow.
Before we start. And 99% of the time, whatever I say would happen. And they just ask me, how do you know? As a matter of fact, I got the nickname God because of that. One of the girls used to call me God. She said, how do you know that? That if I tell him, okay, you see that guy over there? You see that guy over there? Be careful. When you go in by him, he's going to want more than he's supposed to get. And eventually, every one of them will come back and say, no, you were right, boss. But it is not being godlike, and it's not being able to see in a crystal ball. It's experience that's teaching these things.
It's embedded in you.
How come on a cricket field that is so vast,
Yeah.
a captain will know where to put a man to get a catch. You ever try to figure that out? You ever try to figure that out?
Now that you mention it,
Think about it. How in that vast field, you know, bigger cricket pitches? In that 22 yards of running up to deliver a ball, stumps to stump, and all that expanse that it have out there, captain will put a man exactly where the ball will go. How come? Experience, nothing else? How come you'll choose the right bowler to bowl the ball at the right batsman to get him out? Experience teach you that. It's not a hit and miss and you wake up and you say, well, I guess this is what I have to do. There's no guessing in this. Experience teaches you a lot.
anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. You are listening to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Power 102 FM,
Boom Champions 94
and Vemcott
present Think Twice.
Think Twice.
We celebrate life and promote safety on the nation's roads.
Think twice on the roads, in your cars, for our pedestrians and cyclists.
Think twice before you drive, act, and go about your daily lives.
Every life is precious, and we must each do our part to preserve lives on the roads of Trinidad and Tobago.
Think twice.
Every day, we give you life-saving tips and advice on how you can safely use our roads and highways in Trinidad and Tobago. We also invite you to download this safety app, which you can use to share messages and information in your very own private networks between family and friends and co-workers, all to keep each other safer.
Think twice.
Brought to you by the Vehicle Management Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, VEMCOT, in association with Arrive Alive and the TTPS, the Galette Group of Companies and Computers and Controls.
Think twice.
Think twice.
Safety for you and your family.
Think twice.
And a safer Trinidad and Tobago.
Sexplosion is on Power 102, and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. The largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Well, on the road, safety first, so think twice and save a life. It's very simple. Wearing your seatbelt can save your life. It's like that. Whether you're behind the wheel or for an hour or a minute, you've got to buckle up. It's never intentional, that's why it's called an accident. So just in case, buckle up. Driver's seat, passenger seat, or the back seat. It doesn't really matter where. The seatbelt saves lives. So on the road, buckle up, think twice, and save a life. Powered by VEMCOT, the Vehicle Management Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, Power 102, Boom 94, and in association with the Computers and Control, also Arrive Alive and the TTPS. Yes, as we were saying, we taking our time to 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and Trinidad and Tobago #1 nighttime program, Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM, with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center located in St. Augustine. Yeah.
Junior, it's not only that, you know, sometimes I'm chatting to with someone on the texting and whatnot, and I will get a feeling based on the kind of conversation we're having. And in 2 twos, that person will be masturbating, you know.
Oh.
That's why it's very easy for me to do things.
But I'm glad you mentioned that, because I can say, because many a times that you have been making a point and explaining something on radio, and this usually happens after 11 in the past, and you find people saying wait, and you can hear the different sound in their voice.
Of course. I was chatting with a woman once, 10 years ago. Never met the woman. And before the end of the conversation, she was masturbating. And I knew she was masturbating. And when I told her you're masturbating on this conversation, she was like, how do you know?
Is it because of the different tone in voice?
Well, there's no talking. texting has no talking, has no tone of voice. But you can tell, you get a feeling. It's like, I was doing business with this person.
Uh-huh.
And every time I saw the person, I would get a special feeling, a certain feeling. So one day I asked her, I said, would you like so-and-so done to you? And she looked at me and I said, no disrespect, but would you like so-and-so done? She couldn't talk. She could not talk. So I knew the answer was yes, but I want to hear you say yes. I don't assume what the answer would be. I want to hear you say what it is you want. I will just throw it out there, put it out there. But again, it comes with experience. All my teachings, and again, it comes back to what I was talking about yesterday. All my teachings when I was a young man did not come from no school girl or young girl. You know. Everyone that I interacted with were adults.
Okay.
They were all adults teaching me different things. Even when I was in university, I went to adult university, which is Nova University, and they were mainly adults at Nova University. Hardly ever find somebody around my same age. I mean, I was 17 going on 18 when I entered the university. So I couldn't find people around my age. So everyone was in their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. So could you imagine what kind of information you could get from them and what kind of experience you could get from that?
Oh, yeah.
So as the years go by, my experiences expanded and my knowledge expanded with that. Now I do understand why sometimes a lot of guys are fearful when their wives talk to me. They're very fearful because I will bring out the beast in you very easily. You give me an inch and I'll take more than a mile. You know? No, I warn people about that.
Oh, yeah.
Junior, I've had people in this studio here do things that is beyond your imagination. Isn't that so?
Well, no, yes. Oh, there's no two ways about that.
And how do I get it done? I never threaten anyone. I never curse anyone. Nothing. And how do I get it done?
You get the job done. I can tell you that.
Right. There's simple ways of doing it. Very, very simple ways. If I want to. And many a times I switch off it because the interest is not there. The thrill of it is not there.
And apart from that, it is not a challenge.
Exactly. It's no longer a challenge. If something challenges me, I go after it.
Yeah, but you know they have.
And I go after it head on.
You know, and I am pretty sure in the past you have had people saying, "Well, look, you know, he must be talking, but he cannot get me in that kind of mood or that kind of feeling." I'm pretty sure you have experienced things like that in the past.
Asha said she enjoyed being at the club. So she mentioned it boldly on Facebook, so I could repeat it. Good night, Dr. Raj and Junior, enjoying your program. Yes, I remember I enjoyed myself at your club. Hey, good evening, Dr. Raj and Junior. Good night, everyone. Good night, you guys. Sardar, Sitaram, Walaikum Salam. Good night. Good night, good evening, Dr. Raj locked on. Doc is in the building. Good night to you, sir. But again, you know why I put those things out here? I want men to understand how you could be so empowered that you don't need to threaten your wife, you don't need to beat your wife, you don't need to have a quarrel, and you could get so much done. Today I had to tell a couple that. I had to tell that couple, you don't need to quarrel with your husband. You know? You could turn everything around by just changing that habit. And she admitted that she quarrels with her husband a lot because of certain circumstances.
Yeah.
And I say, I understand the circumstances, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to bring violence into your relationship to get things done. You don't beat a woman into doing something, you know. When a woman does something to you with love, it's unbelievable what she will do, you know. And this is where a lot of men lose out. They don't realize that if you could get your partner to do things for you with love and appreciation for you and who you are. Like somebody asked me the question today, do you have an open relationship? I say yes. My wife understands who I am, what I am, and I don't hide things from her. She knows exactly what I am. So if I say I'm going out to meet someone, she wouldn't ask me whether it's male or female. She wouldn't assume whether it's male or female. She wouldn't assume.
So
it doesn't matter to her.
It's an understanding.
It's an understanding. She knows who I am because I've never hid those things from her. Even when we were courting boyfriend, girlfriend, and whatnot,
Yeah.
she knew all that. When I was living with a woman in the States, and she used to call by that woman to get me, Think about that, Think about it. I was living with a girl in an apartment. And in those days, didn't have cell phone. She had a phone in her apartment. And for my wife to get what was my girlfriend at that time, to get me, she had to call Tammy. I wouldn't answer Tammy's phone. It's Tammy's phone. But she had the number because she could call me anytime. But I still wouldn't answer the phone. And Tammy would answer and say, no problem, please say. Talk to him.
Wow.
And this is not visiting, I'm living with this person. But I told her that before. So once you make those things clear and your partner understands you, and you see that is what eliminates some of the things like jealousy and envy. Jealousy comes by when you think that you have ownership. I have a friend, he talks about ownership all the time. He said men just want to feel that they own it. You don't own it. You're borrowing it for a little while. I'm talking about the vagina.
Yeah, a lot of men like that.
Yeah, a lot of men feel they own the vagina. You don't own the vagina. That owns you. Because the things that you will do for that is unbelievable. But if you understand that it is not ownership and it's a gift given to you, you'll do everything in your powers to make sure you get the benefit of that gift in the most powerful way.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to just be saying this, I want people to call in and agree or disagree with it. I want people to tell me about their experience. I don't only want people to listen to my experience. I want to hear people's experience too, because that's how I learn. When clients sit in front of me and they tell me their experiences and whatnot, I learn from that also. But the ownership aspect of how minders think is that you do. I was watching this show. I love my movies and whatnot. And one girl was went out with another girl. This is not lovers, to have a drink, and one was lying to the other. And the girl turned to her and said, "Men lie to us all the time. Why do we have to lie to each other?"
Yeah.
And that's the concept women have, that they lie, and that's what I beat them with. I tell the truth.
You're upfront.
I learned that from a very young age. You go out, somebody asks if you have a girlfriend. Yes. So what you tracking me for? I say, am I tracking you? So I can't have a friend if I have a girlfriend?
And
What, you're guilty of something? I'm not guilty of anything.
Yeah, and some people appreciate you being upfront with them. They feel more
But
comfortable.
women cannot handle the fact when you tell them the truth, because they're not accustomed to people telling them the truth.
Yeah.
And that's what I beat a lot of people with. I tell you the truth. You ask me a question, I tell you the truth. For you to digest that truth or decipher that truth or analyze that truth is up to you, not me. I have given you the truth, so I don't have to lie way down in the line. I don't have to tell you anything that's going to contradict what I said at the beginning. When you start off with a lie, you have to continuously lie and remember all your lies. The truth, you don't have to remember the truth. The truth is the truth. It always stands. So all the things I've done in my life, if somebody asks me about it, I could tell them stories about it. In Hindi, they call it a katha. I can give you the whole katha. And the katha is consistent since the day it happened till now. Nothing changes. There are some things that I forget. As a matter of fact, I was in cricket last week, as you know. And while there, I met a friend, and it triggered a piece of memory that I had totally banished from my mind. And the only time it triggered the memory was the following day. And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, this is what happened. Okay. But that's who I am. There are things that I put in the back of my mind that is no longer there. And it's the God honest truth. So sometimes somebody will ask me a question about something that happened in the past. Or let's say, for example, an employee. I know employees I meet, past employees, and I don't know who they are. Because you never created an impact in my mind. You was a mediocre employee. There was nothing about you that I will remember, and I don't remember your name, and I don't remember who you are. Because that has no bearings on me. As I was telling you, Einstein was saying, your brain is not made to store numbers.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. My brain is not made to remember who you are if you didn't create an impact in my life. And there are people who I will meet who were my schoolmates when I was in primary school. And I will remember them and everything about them because it was an impactful meeting. And there are experiences that I've had that I can't recall unless something triggers that memory. And if something triggers the memory, then I will remember it with a smile or I remember it with a frown. And like I said, I don't have regrets about anything. I don't have regrets about anything. And I think one of the things I was listening to Skippy the other day, and he was talking about something that the Prime Minister said, and I think that falls in my garden. Is I was learning to play the pan and I didn't continue with it. And I wouldn't say I regret it, but it's something that I should have done, continue playing the pan.
And you was right in that area because you had Cordettes.
Well, the person was from Cordettes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person, Raymond Sukraj, better known as Lomat.
Yeah.
Used to play for Cordettes. He was teaching me the pan. I did a lot with it. I just didn't continue, and it's something I should have. I mean, I used to play the dantal thing in Temple.
Oh.
But I mean, it's something that you have to practice, because it's a muscle you're using for that. So if you practice anything like that, it becomes automatic. No, I doubt I could do it anymore. But what I'm saying is that versatility comes about from practice. Versatility in anything comes about from you sticking to it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to stick with it. It's something I didn't stick with, and maybe I should have. Because I remember going on a cruise and the guys were playing pan, and when they hear it was from Trinidad, they asked me to come up on a few notes. Thank God at that time I could have done it. And that was 34 years ago.
Wow. Anyway, folks, taking over time, it's now 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. You are on the inside of Sexplosion on Power 102 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center located in St. Augustine. Well, here, what we are about to do. We're going to open up our lines, give you the opportunity to interact with Dr. Raj right in studio live. All you've got to do is give him a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile at 740-1961. You are listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
So there are many things that would happen in your life that you chalk it up as experience, but you use those experiences to better yourself. That's why I tell you, when we do adult entertainment, and you were part of the entertainment world,
Yeah.
you were an integral part of that. And I tend to revamp it differently, because now that I'm expanding into the Dr. Raj adult boutique throughout Trinidad and Tobago, now is the right time to get back into that. So bringing the talents and all those things is something that I intend to do. There's so many things I have at the back of my mind that I'm bringing to the front. You remember last night I was talking about the drawer, where you throw things in that drawer and it goes to the back?
Right.
I am pulling it to the front now. And it's very easy for me to do that. Very, very easy.
But what I admire with you is that you have a strong mind and a strong determination to do things. Because many a times you have discussed things with me that you say, family, I'm going to do this. And I have seen that it comes to the forefront.
But once you put it to the forefront, it's going to happen. I have made things happen throughout my life. And people will say, well, it's luck. There's no such thing as luck. I believe in hard work. Hard work brings it about. And once you set on the right path, things will happen. Right? And, I was looking for something to advance the business recently. There was a young man who came to me, and he presented me with a package to advance the business in a particular way. So I believed in him, gave him the chance to do it, and he has failed 3 or 4 times, failed me. Because there's a lot of dishonesty in what he says. He can't do what he said that he wants to do. Right? So I given him a chance. But only yesterday somebody came to me and presented me a package that eliminates him totally. And I was like, what? This is coming to me? This is what I really want? I've had meetings between yesterday and today, about 7 different meetings in different aspects for expansion and development in realms that I didn't even dream about at the beginning of this year, or didn't even think existed. Well, I'll give you a good example, and a lot of the listeners out there would like to hear this. We are going to implement something with the treatment of diabetes that is going to be mind-blowing in the next month or so, where persons who are suffering from diabetes we have a special system that is going to help you to reverse some of that diabetes, especially pre-diabetic and diabetes type 2. Reversal of it.
Wow.
It's
That'd be
costly.
great. That'd
It's
be
not a
great.
cheap thing. But think about the medication for diabetes.
Yeah.
It costs about $1,500 a week at the beginning. And then it lessens. And it lasts about 6 months. And then your diabetes is going to go. But it's going to improve your sexual function. And one of the persons who's involved in it will be on my program next week or the following week.
Yes, because you have a lot of people experiencing of having diabetes, and many of them call here from time to
Sexual
time.
dysfunction.
And they would love to have sex.
Related to diabetes.
Yeah.
And I didn't seek it out. It seeked me out. I got a phone call, when was it? Wednesday. Somebody asked me, could I have a meeting with you? And I don't refuse meetings. I don't refuse anybody coming to see me. That's why sometimes I get mad with my staff when they say somebody will get in touch with you. No, you make that an appointment there. You have that power to do that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me somebody's going to call you back. If Junior calls for me, take a number from Junior and bring it for me. Or immediately tell Junior to hold on and get in touch with me. My telephone, my cell phone is an extension of my business phone. You know. All I have to do is dial 3 numbers and my cell phone rings. You know. That's how much interconnectivity I have with my business. You know. 3 numbers you dial.
You dial 3 numbers,
And
you
you get me on my cell phone, no matter where in the world I am, as long as I have internet.
Wow. That's great.
So I am always connected. Sometimes persons will ask me, sometimes somebody will see me on WhatsApp and they'll send a message and I'm not talking with them. I don't respond to them and they wonder why. It's because I'm dealing with something important. Somebody say hi. Hi is hi. When I get time, I'll say hi and I don't have to carry on a conversation because I'm carrying on a much more important conversation with somebody who's in another part of the world. Or somebody who's in Trinidad that needs my attention with something.
So you're always on top of things.
I try my best to be. I know if you send me, like a woman, there's this woman asked for a massage. I told her last week Saturday, come for the massage. We have a massage parlor, it's available. Today's Friday. You asking me if she could still get a massage? I don't have to converse with you anymore.
You have forgotten that.
You wasting time with me.
Yeah.
You feel I have time to converse about a massage?
No, you have more important things.
No,
to
call
attend
the
to.
office and make an appointment and come in and do it.
Yes.
Full stop. If at the time I gave you my attention and I tell you, yes, it will be done, so and so and so, I will take care of it. It's because I already inform my staff, so and so person is going to come for a massage. This is what I want. Get this done. This is how you do it. Blah, blah, blah. And I done with you. It's set up.
You go on to something else.
I am on to something else. If I make time for you,
Yeah.
it's because you are important to me.
Okay. Yeah.
And the conversation is important. Like, okay, for example, let's say you call me and I get a missed call. Don't I always return the call right away?
Oh yes. I can 100 put my head on
Because
the
you
block
are
for that.
important to me.
I can put my
It
head
doesn't
on the
matter
block for
what
that.
you're calling me for, even if you're calling me to find out if it's raining in my area. The fact that Junior calls for me, it's important. Like today, as soon as I reach home, a friend of mine called me. He had an emergency. Right? For the time I got out of the car, I saw his number come up. So I answered right away. Sitaram, how you doing? Well, not so good. So and so happened. I need your help. I drop everything. I was going home to rest. I drop everything to go and help him. Because that was more important to me.
To you, yeah.
So if my wife asked me, she say not having dinner, I say when I come back. I'll drop anything for those who I consider to be important.
Anyway, folks, taking over time, it's now 16 minutes before 10 o'clock. You are on the inside of Sexplosion on this Friday evening with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Fix it.
You'll want this one.
Welcome to Carnival 2019 on Main Stage Power 102, celebrating the Masters.
I do since the last a long time.
Get an early start to the festivities.
I'll advise you to take a sniff of it before you drink it.
Take a sip before.
Sniff. So you'll know exactly what you're having.
And the best of Carnival 2019.
And this is a very uncomfortable chair.
Oh, did my own too? Yes, you are sitting?
Celebrating the Masters. Playing now.
Don't you see how I'm sitting?
I knew I had to be a
Yeah.
fish. I felt this is a base.
Celebrating the Masters. Here on Power 102.
But I
with
was
ticket
sitting-
giveaways to some of your favorite carnival shows and facts. Interesting historical features like origins of the
I was
masks,
sitting here,
tales, fables,
and
legends,
I watched down.
characters of Carnival. And to
if
keep
you
you
see the
updated
man-
and even know our Carnival calendar.
Yeah, but why are you bringing that for my attention?
No, because I think that adds to what we are experiencing now.
Celebrating the Masters. Playing now.
But don't you feel it's warm inside here too?
Yes, it's a bit warm.
Yeah. I'm surprised that it is.
It's a bit warm.
I don't need this.
No, I noticed it came with that.
Yeah, well, you know, I can't take on the coldness inside here. It's a different kind of cold. Isn't it?
Of course it is. It's a New York, the New York
No,
style.
no,
cold.
it's not New York style cold. New York, it could be that. There's a biting cold.
And this thing is running different.
What's that?
This thing running different than I boy. I don't know this man. Come on.
You realize what you got, right? You like that?
Yeah, it's decent.
That's my punishment. That's what I have to have. Like that.
Well, I can tell you that nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education. Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. The only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Imaging, the Adult Therapy Center located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. But just to remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Now, for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone, maybe you are experiencing something that you want to get answers to. Well, I can tell you, this is the forum for it. Feel free, give him a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp, maybe, you don't want to hear yourself on air. Who knows, maybe your neighbor might be listening. Well, you can send in your questions on his private B-Mobile number at 740-1961. You can even send in your text messages and he will apply an answer for you. Yeah.
Pleasant good evening to my son, Rudy.
Hey, family, man. I see his beautiful,
Let's see how that boy growing up.
beautiful man. Beautiful, yes.
Oh my God.
Nice. But I can see you in him, though.
Everybody says that.
Yeah. I can see you in him.
I Rajli too.
Yeah. He posted a beautiful pic with his favorite.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Congrats again, family.
Yes, so when we're talking about those things, people, especially adults, they starve for adult type entertainment in Trinidad. That's why I always pioneered the effort to have those things done. It's not some people do things for their own gratification.
Yeah.
It's not for my gratification, it's for the happiness of others. To make sure they enjoy themselves, to make sure that, when they come there, they leave enriched. They feel better about themselves, their relationship is better.
Yeah.
It's all about building relationship and maintaining your relationship. I don't think a person should get involved in anything that is going to cause your wife or your husband to get vexed with you.
Yeah.
You should always do things to strengthen your relationship.
As a matter of fact, you should come there with a feeling, and when you leave,
You must be
want to
enriched
know-
by it.
Yeah, but you want to know when is the next. That's important.
When next we're doing something
Yeah,
like this.
That's important.
And like everything else, if you do it too often, you lose lose this thing.
Yeah, like everything else.
It loses this thing.
Yeah, the novelty runs out of it.
Yeah. So you got to know how to pace it also for yourself.
Yeah, that's important as a matter of fact.
It's very important. So all those things that I talk about, the experiences and things that people have, the things that they do, is very important. That's why I tell you, so much things have fallen into place over the last 2 or 3 days. It's unbelievable. This whole thing with the diabetes treatment and whatnot, and the reversal, Peyronie's disease, diabetes treatment, stroke. Because persons, I have I have about 3 individuals who have had strokes who are under treatment by me. And they are so happy. One of them went so far as to tell me, what if something happens to you? Who is going to take over? Because I can't live without you. You are allowing me to have sex with my wife. I said, Reds, nobody out there is serious enough who wants to do it. Because I've given scholarship for people to go and further their studies in that, and they refuse to do it. Or they start doing it and drop out. Because everybody wants the reward of being a sexologist without doing the hard work. It takes lots of hard work to be a sexologist.
And apart from that too, I think, well, judging sitting here with you for a couple of years around, you have to apply yourself. That's important.
That's a fact. The only closest person I ever see to becoming a sexologist was the Archangel.
Oh.
That's the closest person because she had the personality and she was, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female, you could be a sexologist. It's understanding human behavior. It's understanding what are the elements that could cause a person to behave in a particular way. It's not giving a person a pill, you know. If I give you a pill for a sexual ailment that you have, and the pill does nothing to, it's not related to what causes your problem, the pill is not going to work. So it's not a pill. Everyone thinks a pill and an injection cures them, you know, but sometimes it is psychological. Sometimes you just simply need to talk to someone, or sometimes you need to experience something to get over it. The experience of doing certain things helps you a lot with your wishes and your needs. And that's why we should do it.
Yes, it all depends on the type of individual that you are.
Yeah.
That's
And there are many individuals out there who are listening to us tonight, who are my Facebook friends and who are part of my WhatsApp broadcast groups and whatnot, that are interested in these things, but sometimes they're afraid of their safety. And I can assure anybody that I've been doing this for almost 40 years now, and I've never found myself in any problems. No one could ever point a finger and say that they have heard a scandal involving me. No one could ever say with certainty or with any kind of conviction that they ever hear anybody being blackmailed by what they have done by me. Nobody could say that. Take that call.
Okay, we go to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hello, good night. I just want to find out from Dr. Raj if he does a credit treat hernia.
No, I don't. That you need to go to a medical doctor.
Okay, Doc. Thank you. Good night.
A medical doctor and a surgeon. But if you want, I can put you on to someone.
I don't mind.
All right. Call me at the office during my office hours tomorrow, anytime after 1 o'clock. Monday after 11.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Well, thanks a lot
I'll listen on there.
No problem. And if you send me a WhatsApp message, I send you the information, because all I have to do is go into my contacts and send it to you. You know? Because like, for example, the persons who are doing this diabetes things and whatnot, they came to me and they tell me, well, you know, you could always add on. I said, I don't add on anything. I say, whatever you all are doing it for, you do it at that. If you feel to contribute something to me and my office and whatnot, fine.
But that's,
I don't add on. The same thing when I send somebody to do a blood test. Whatever the lab charges you, that is what you'd pay. And no lab could ever say they send me a check for anything. No lab. There are doctors who do that, you know.
You offer your services.
There are many doctors out there who send you to a particular lab and they get a kickback from the lab, you know. I don't care which doctor listening and they vex, you know, but that's a fact. And I only found that out when I was sending patients to labs and they'll ask me who to make out the check to. And I say, what check? Well, you know, we just have to pay doctors something. I say, not me. I say, whatever it is you have to pay the doctor, give that as a discount to my clients. Full stop. Whoever I send by you, give it as a discount to them, because I'm not going to do that. I don't want no kickback for anything. Nobody could ever say they pay me a kickback for something. You see, I have a very clear conscience. And based on my spiritual side, I know what I have to face in life. I know my karma. So those things does not apply to me.
Well, I know you are a very spiritual person.
And I'm very straightforward with those things.
I know that for a fact.
So when they told me about it, I said, wait, that is not how I operate. That is not how I operate. Whatever it is you are charging, that's what the people pay, if you feel you should contribute to the office that you're using and whatnot, fine.
Yeah.
Because I know the patient will be seeing me and they'll be happy to know that they're getting that treatment for diabetes,
Well, yes.
stroke and other things. I know that. So why should I want to make money on your head for that? Why? That is not who I am.
You see, and what happens too, when you do good to a person, that word gets out to another person, and you get that domino effect.
Yeah, but I don't do it because of that either.
No,
I do it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but it's not everybody will think like you.
Yeah, but Junior, you do things because it is the right things to do.
I am a firm believer in that.
Well,
But
right.
then I said, but you see, other people won't think as how you would be thinking.
Well, that's why I tell you, anybody who participates in anything that we do, nobody could ever say that they were blackmailed. Nobody could ever say that their name was in a controversy because of what they do by me or with me or any one of my gathering or whatever.
Yeah.
They could never say that. Because the fact of the matter is I protect what I do and I protect those around me. That's why when we were doing that big show in Zen,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
telling people, don't be afraid to come. You'll be surprised to see who will be guarding the door and who will be there to usher you in. And a lot of people were surprised. They were like, you serious? I say, yes. I say, people are on, okay. In Trinidad, we are such a narrow-minded society at times. And not only in Trinidad, but in parts of the United States, it's like that. That for them, they hear sex and you're doing something related to sex, they feel that it's illegal. But once you know what the legalities are, you could do anything.
Yeah.
You could do anything once you know what's legal. And especially if you have a good team of lawyers behind you.
You have to have a backing. You have to have something.
A good team of lawyers will give you the right. Like, for example, when I first opened the massage parlor, there was a lawyer who came to the massage parlor, went through everything, all the steps that you're supposed to go through to get a massage done. Went up to the room, got the massage done, and came back and asked to see me. And he showed me all the loopholes, or where you could get in trouble, or where you cannot get in trouble. And we closed the gaps immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
We closed the gaps immediately to ensure that whatever we're doing was legitimate. When the first article was done about me on the Trinidad Guardian by Kim Johnson, who is now Dr. Kim Johnson,
Uh-huh.
it was a very serious article, and the headline of the article is "Total Image is Legit," because everyone was questioning my legitimacy. Because once you're dealing with sex, sexuality, and sexual behavior in any society, especially if it's a close-knit society or a society that have the amount of churches that we have, you will be under the microscope.
Oh, yes.
You think I don't know that?
You will be, yeah.
You're constantly under the microscope. Everybody waiting to see you slip up, you know.
But this is what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
They're only waiting for you to make the wrong move.
People try to set you up too.
Oh, you get a lot of that, right?
People try to set you up in many ways, and they have to come real good. I'm not saying it cannot be done, but I have seen it being tried already.
Wow. Yes, I think one of the reasons for that is once that you are successful in a business, and
Well,
especially,
the type of business.
but this is one, the type of business that you're in, you will always get someone on the outside trying to pull you down.
50% of the persons listening tonight would like to take part in one of our get-togethers, and 50% of them are against it.
Yeah,
50-50.
I can see that. Yeah.
50% of the women listening tonight want to, wow, I wish I could go to that. And 50% of them say, what wrong with you, boy? But that's life.
But then
You
again,
think I pander to either side? No.
But then again,
It's there. If you want to participate, you have the opportunity to participate. If you don't want to participate, you could do the very same thing. And I will back both sides. Okay, take for example, my stand on marijuana. I am all pro legalization or decriminalization of marijuana. Pro. But you'll never see me with a marijuana in my hand.
but you're supposed
I will not smoke a marijuana stick. It's not me. But I'm pro decriminalization of marijuana, pro legalization of marijuana, but I would not smoke marijuana.
Wouldn't participate.
No, that's not me.
Well, it all depends on the type of.
No,
thing that you do.
it doesn't matter. It does. I'm not saying that I never did it before. You know, I did, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's not me. So why would I do something I don't like?
Well, you'll always try something once, and it all depends on what you.
Well, not me. I just try it a few times. Everything I do in life, I try a few times. Make sure I don't like it.
Oh,
That doesn't apply to me.
no, it doesn't.
No.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 10 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. You're listening to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. I'm going to take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Carnival 2019 on Main Stage Power 102, celebrating the Masters.
I do since the last a long time.
That's local,
Early
eh?
start to the festivities.
What I give it? That's local, eh?
Of Trinbagonian culture.
I ain't taking no more. I ain't taking no more.
It's too strong?
So, and the best of Carnival 2019, the party season is here.
Well, that's why I warn you that it is local.
Yeah, I'm a case this. That's local.
On Power 102.
I knew I had to be on stage. I felt this is the place.
Celebrating the Masters here on Power 102 with ticket giveaways to some of your favorite carnival shows and facts. Interesting historical features like origins of the mass, folktales, fables, and legends, characters of carnival. And to keep you updated and in the know, our Carnival Calendar 2019, along with so much more, will carry live coverage of your favorite carnival events. Celebrating the Masters. Playing now on Power 102.
Power 102, empowering you.
This carnival.
Well, I can tell you that on the roads, safety first. So think twice and save a life. Put down the phone, it's the law. Do you know that once a device is in your hand, phone or otherwise, when the car is moving, you are breaking the law. So put down the phone. You can't reply at all, as a matter of fact, if you are dead. So pull aside before you answer your message. You wouldn't drive with your eyes closed, would you? So don't do it when your eyes are on the phone. Pull aside and answer, then you can always talk later. Hands-free and headsets when you are driving, so when you need for both hands, you can have them on the wheel. Powered by Vemcot, the Vehicle Management Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, Power 102, Boom 94, and in association with the computers and controls. Also, Arrive Alive and the TTPS.
Carnival events. Sexplosion is on Power 102. And now on new days and at new times, the country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. Your largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102. Empowering you.
Well, I can tell you that you are making radio an experience by itself when you're on the inside of Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Imaging, the Adult Therapy Center located in St. Augustine. Well, just to remind you, available lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with Dr. Raj. Maybe you have something that is bothering you on your mind and you need to get it off. Well, I can tell you, this is the forum for it. Feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. For those of you sending in your WhatsApp or your text messages, you can also do that on his private mobile, 740-1961. May I remind you once again that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
And one thing I want to make clear, and anyone who knows me will tell you this. I don't do anything to pander to anyone else.
You don't. You please another. You please yourself.
I please myself and myself only.
Mm-hmm.
Who is hurt in the process is because you want to be hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But this is.
I am very straightforward at it. The only thing I really care about is my immediate family and their opinion. And if they tell me something, as a matter of fact, I had a sister who did not like me doing this program at the beginning because she couldn't understand me. And for years she wouldn't talk to, well, she would talk to me because she's my sister, but she didn't like what I was doing. And her husband used to follow me all the time.
Yeah.
And eventually she came around, but I'm not going to do anything to satisfy your likes or dislikes.
You please
And the same way I don't want you to do anything to satisfy my likes or dislikes. You have your life to live. So I don't care what family and think, your friends and think, you know. The friends that I have are loyal, very loyal friends. And I value their opinion and I value things about them. And by extension, their wife and their family. And the family that I have who are close to me, who means a lot to me.
Yeah.
That's it. But I could tell you something, that I don't do things to satisfy anybody else's need.
You please yourself.
I please myself. I make sure I am comfortable and happy with whatever I'm doing. A pleasant good evening to Daniel Ragbir. He's always locked on. I see Asif Solomon is locked on. I haven't seen that name for a long time. Maybe Chanmati Singh is also locked on from Sangre Grande. That's another one. Al is on. Jason is on. So we have a nice little, my good friend Andy's just being wicked. Being very wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah, wicked. Very, very wicked. I don't know why. So.
Well, I can tell you it's now 7 minutes after 10 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. Now, for those of you who are listening to Sexplosion for the very first time, Sexplosion is featured here on Power 102 every Thursday and Friday evening with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj. He comes in and he takes your calls, educate you where he are taking sex education to a whole new level by simply putting the fun back into sex education right here on Power 102 FM. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. You can interact with him right now, as a matter of fact, live in studio. You're listening to a program that's informative, it's educational, and of course, entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
Pleasant good evening to Anna. I don't know if she just tuned in, but she's... Good night, you guys. Great program. And Izzy is teasing me also.
Easy.
Yeah.
Well, she's-
Wicked, too many wicked people out there, you know.
She kicks off very early tonight.
There's a lot of wicked people out there, that's all I can say.
But I can.
There are certain things that is tolerable,
Mhm.
and there are certain things that is intolerable, you know. Yeah. Especially when you're doing a program and you have to concentrate on certain things, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of break down.
Yeah, and you know when people...
But is this in
God.
Trinidad or she's?
Why you want to know my business? Take that phone call.
The phone
That
call.
would be easy.
No, the phone call even want me to know where Easy is located. That they cut off.
Okay.
No, but she's in Trinidad or foreign. Still didn't answer me, you know. But I can see the smile on your face. So it's like Easy on Sunday morning.
It is.
That's good. That's even better.
And anyone who's sending me a message without first introducing themselves or giving their name, I'm not going to respond. Somebody will ask, what's the topic this evening?
Anything
What's
you
the
want-
topic this
No,
evening?
anything they want to know.
Did I say we have a topic this
No,
evening?
we don't have a topic. Well, you know, on a Friday evening is
Well, we were talking about
kind of-
entertainment, so I guess it's entertainment.
Yeah, you know, on a
We're
Friday
talking about
evening.
adult entertainment in Trinidad, or persons who are open-minded and adult, where they could go and have fun,
Yeah.
do things in a fun nature. I'm not talking about going to a fete. Anybody could go to a
No,
fete.
no,
you
no,
know.
no.
I'm not talking about going to the cinema. Anybody could go to the cinema.
Anybody can do those things.
Yeah,
You know,
those are not the entertainment I'm talking about.
you want something out of the ordinary.
You want something that will go into
and make you feel happy.
satisfy your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we're talking
You know,
about.
anytime you talk about that, I always remember a rap.
What?
Anytime you mention that, I always remember a rap.
Oh God, there you go again, boy.
No, you know, I'll tell you something, eh? I'll tell you something.
You know we have to bury that, and I'll tell you how we'll bury it.
You know, it's my
I'll
family.
tell you how we'll bury that.
You know, it's my family. You know that. You know that. But you know that. You know some things you go through in life that you tell yourself you will never forget. That is one of them. You know that for a fact. And anytime, that is something I will never forget. I felt like Julius Caesar. And he made the salad.
No, he did not.
No, he advertised it.
Nope.
No, he didn't. I know. Well, I take your word for it. Folks, taking our time 10 minutes after 10 o'clock. The magic of sex education with the guru of sex, Dr. Raj of Total Image. Well, I tell you, we are taking sex education to a whole new level. I know some of you out there, things, you definitely going through life where you have things that is sexual that might be bothering you, and you need to get answers for it. As I mentioned a bit earlier on, feel free, you can interact with Dr. Raj right here in studio live by simply giving him a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Send him a text message or a WhatsApp message on his private mobile, 740-1961. Yeah.
Hi, good. Well, I guess it is. Hi, good Raj. Are you familiar with the prior shot, also known as P-shot, for male erectile dysfunction? Well, male erectile function, is a procedure performed in Trinidad. Yes, it's performed in Trinidad. It's not something I recommend. Scar tissues could form. As a part of our treatment, I was just talking about with the doctors and whatnot.
Yeah.
Is to deal with that also.
Okay, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay. Yeah.
Bad connection or wind blowing on it?
Person was calling from Miaro.
On the beach?
That's correct.
Well, that'll be nice.
2228255, also at 6128255. Sexplosion on this Friday evening with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, located in St. Augustine. Feel free. It's informative, educational, and of course entertaining. What am I speaking about? The program that presently that you are listening to, Sexplosion, and I can tell you, we are giving our listeners what they want and expect from a good radio program when it comes to sex education. Okay, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Raj, we really love your program. My husband and I, we always listen to you.
Thank you very much.
What we are wondering is when would be your next gathering, or how soon would you be having it?
On the 26th of this month, you didn't get my broadcast?
No.
Which means to say you never sent me a message on my phone.
Yeah, hey.
If you had sent a message on my phone, it would be saved and you would have gotten the broadcast today. The 26th of this month.
But I didn't send you a message.
Well, right. So
The 26th of this month?
yes. Now we have limited space. We only are accepting a certain amount of people. After which,
Okay.
we
So how do I get the information?
send a message on my phone.
Getting into the gathering.
Send a message on my phone, 7401961. Introduce yourself and we take it from there.
Okay, will do. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks a lot for calling. Yeah.
And if the 26th is your birthday, come celebrate it with us. Or we will celebrate it with you.
Yeah. You can jump out of a cake.
Nah,
No.
that was very messy last time. Very messy.
Very messy.
Yeah, we had that once. We actually had that twice. Once on by the river and once in a private setting. The one by the river was...
Good.
Take that call.
Okay, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Can you speak a little louder, please?
You hear me now?
No. Sorry about that.
What we hear now, nothing is the same.
2228255. Also at 6128255. Nobody does better when it comes to sex education on a Thursday and Friday evening, right here on Power 102.1 FM. The guru of sex education in Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Feel free to interact with us via the telephone. I can see a smile on your face, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, my wicked friends are sending me certain things and making comments while they're sending it.
Making comments.
Trying to take away my attention from the program.
So in other words, trying to distract you.
No, they're not distracting me. They just want to entertain me also. That's why I like when people call.
Yeah.
When people call us, they entertain us, because they engage in us.
And they put your mind in motion.
Yes. But when people don't call, it becomes boring. I can sit on there, watch your mug and talk to you all the time. That's not a nice thing. God, man. Well, I feel sorry for me a little bit and call.
Anyway, folks, taking our time 15 minutes after 10 o'clock. This is what it's all about on a Friday evening. Sexplosion, the guru of sex, Dr. Raj. I tell you, we are taking it to a whole new level. And we always love interacting with you via the telephone. I know a lot of you have things on your mind that might be bothering you that is sexual, and you need to get answers. This is the forum for it. Trinidad and Tobago, #1 nighttime program for the last 18 going on 19 years, as a matter of fact. Feel free at 2228255, also at 6128255. Yeah.
We have to say by seasons.
By
19 seasons.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they move like television, man. 19 seasons.
Yeah, print some t-shirts.
Print some t-shirts. Easy. Let me get a front shot there.
Easy.
Ooh, this set aside shot is one thing. Well, let me get a front shot there, please.
And the front shots always need better shots, eh?
No, not necessary, but sometimes you want a front shot. Back shot sometimes is a good thing too.
Yeah, well.
Thank you for the information from Evelyn. You are welcome, Evelyn. And Andy, flood on the main road. I have some wicked friends in Trinidad. Partner in crime.
Yeah, that is what friends are for.
Yes, so you was asking me, Izzy, now what are you asking me?
I was asking you.
She's a Trinidadian.
The location of Izzy, if it's in TNT.
She's a Trinidadian.
Trinidadian.
Yes.
Okay. That makes it much better. You don't have to fly.
Wait, there are Trinidadians who don't live in Trinidad, you know?
No, listen to what I'm saying. You tell me she's Trinidadian. So I'm getting the impression that she lives in Trinidad.
No, I never said that.
No, but that was the impression that I got.
Well, if you get that impression, you're wrong.
But then she's far. Yeah.
If you get that impression from I saying she's a Trinidadian, something wrong with you?
No, well,
what, you want to tell me to have no Trinidadians living in Barbados?
No, well,
You have no Trinidadians living in Grenada?
No. Well,
There are no Trinidadians living in St. Vincent?
Well, I'll take Barbados first, as you mentioned it. So you go on to the next row. We go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Nice program. I listened to the program. I'm calling to find out, calling for Sunny Grande, that all you have any key party or key club or anything?
Yes, we do. Contact me.
Okay, and which part is easier for I get if you want to go to attend?
Everything is you contact me by cell phone, you go through the procedure, and then you get information. We don't give information openly about those things because of the nature of it.
Okay. So, you could just give me a cell number, please.
740-1961. It's the same thing with couples who want to go to the party or single female or single male. We don't give any information on it. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. And I tell you plain that there was one guy who sent and asked for information about the party. And I told him right off the bat, he don't qualify because I know the individual, he don't qualify. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. There's nothing that you could do to circumvent that.
No, I mean...
And we don't give out information on anything unless you are part and parcel of what's going on.
Yeah, but you have to take safety measures.
If Easy want to know, she could know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flights, money.
Is that too far?
But,
She say you're easy. I know what she mean like that. Junior ain't easy. Easy like Sunday morning.
Easy like Sunday morning. I am telling you, this is what it's all about. Folks, 20 past 10 o'clock, the magic of sex education. Right here on Power 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj. And feel free, our lines are open. He would love interacting with you, as a matter of fact. 2228255. Okay, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good night, Dr. Raj.
Good evening.
This is Captain John Thomas from member of the Defense Force. I followed up your experience some weeks ago about your accident that was more or less our life. I got involved in an accident 2 years ago. My spinal cord damage. Right now I'm able to walk. So after hearing listening to your story, that motivated me. Someone else called and you recommended some appointment for you to massage your back. So I'm calling you about what can you assist me with this doctor can you recommend me to?
All right. First of all, it depends on the extent of your injury. There are things that you could do by investing in a simple machine that you could do at home. There are things that you can do as far as therapy is concerned, because your body could create the therapy that you need. If you invest in an inverter, have you ever heard of an inverter?
No, I have much massage, but
No. Do you have any paralysis anyway?
Yes, my leg. I only get to walk on a wheelchair right now. I get to move with the left foot and right foot.
Okay, let me tell you what is a
My spinal cord was damaged.
okay. If you are captain in the army, you should be around my age. Okay.
Retired now.
Oh, retired. Okay.
What can kept hearing on the program, but all motivating me, I listened to about so much you mentioned about your paralyzed some accident, and some ointment, someone you recommended to someone.
It's not just an ointment. No, it's not.
So could motivate me and along the line give me more hope to go with by the grace of God. So that's why I'm calling to speak to you now.
Okay, well, let me explain something very simply to you that you could do at home. You know, long ago in bodybuilding, we didn't have all these fancy equipment and whatnot. There was something that we used to do, which is put a board on a banister or something, so you get that elevation of about 45 degrees, and we'll stick our foot, we'll tie a belt at the top, stick our foot in it and do sit-ups. Okay, that's an inverter. If you do that very same thing with a plank, and you invert yourself by putting your feet up there and allowing the head to pull on your spinal cord, that is something that is therapeutic. But again, you should talk to your chiropractor about it first of all, or whoever you're seeing. There's also an inversion machine that they sell. It's less than $2,000 for a machine. Landed in Trinidad, it's less than $2,000. And you wouldn't believe the wonders of that machine. As a matter of fact, I have one at home. My neighbor, who used to fly helicopter for national security, got in an accident. And when he told me about it, I said, here what, my machine is at the back of my home. You can come anytime and use it. Even when I was away, he used to just open the gate, come in and use it.
Okay.
And he felt so good, he went and buy one.
Okay.
All right?
Where can I get us to buy it?
You can order it through PriceMart.
Okay.
You can, I saw it at Courts. And there are other places that carry it. It's called an inversion machine or inverter. But the real name is an inversion machine, where you actually strap your ankles onto it, or you clamp your ankles onto it, and you turn yourself upside down. But don't start by turning yourself. Don't start. Don't start. Let me continue now, please. Don't start with 180 degrees. You got to start at about 20 degrees. Then that is for about a week. Then you have to go to about 45 degrees. And you keep changing the degree until you get it where your head is actually pulling on your legs. And that's how you stretch out the spine. But again, do it under medical supervision. No, because your neck will not be pulling against your tailbone. You want to get that pull, and you want to be on a solid surface. A bed is not a solid surface.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Together with that, there's a cream that I came across recently, which was mind blowing. I think that is what you're talking about, but it's very expensive. I'm trying to get the company to drop the price to suit the Trinidad market, and you have to apply it to 3 areas in your body. One is your heart, the other one is behind your neck, and the other one is the areas that are affected, and you'll be amazed what it does to you. Right, that's where you apply.
Sexual damage.
Okay?
Well, thanks a lot for calling. Yeah.
But there's so many things that you can do. Now, as a matter of fact, I don't even remember my paralysis. And it happened to me twice. Twice I was in an accident. And to me, that's gone. When I do remember, I tell people about it because I'm not ashamed. I'm not scared. It could happen tomorrow again. I don't know.
You never know.
There's no guarantee in life. But at the same time, I had persons who were interested in my welfare and made sure that I do it. And that's the difference. Like I had a cousin who would take me around like a baby and lift me up physically. He was super strong. Lift me up as a baby and take me anywhere I needed to go for therapy. I miss him like crazy. He died about 6 years ago. And of all the people in my life, I miss him the most. Because he was so close to me. Not only because of that, I grew up with him. As a matter of fact, he told me that when I was a baby, he would come over by us. I will fall asleep. He'll make sure I fall asleep. And if I wake up during the night and he's not there, they had to go home by him and bring him back home. That's how close we were. And we maintained that closeness all until the day he died. Because I was sitting next to him. Until the day he died.
You always miss someone like that.
Right. But that closeness that I had with that cousin, it was closer than a brother. And we maintained that throughout our life. Throughout my life.
That relationship.
Yeah. I miss him like crazy. It's somebody that when I think about it, it's just a longing and a missing. But he's in a better place. I'm sure about that. He has done a lot of good. Nobody could say anything bad about him. Because everything he has done for people is always good.
Wow.
You break down in the middle of the night, you go and knock on his door, he come and
He's
help you.
coming. Anyway, folks, taking our time, 26 minutes after 10 o'clock. And I can tell you when it comes to sex education, we are the better way forward. You are listening to Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Imaging, the Adult Therapy Center located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone. Feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining exclusively on Power 102 FM. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education.
Adriana sent me a message on my WhatsApp, 7401961. There's a question I need to ask you that has been plaguing me for the last week. And only you could answer that question.
Yes. And you don't want any, when things are plaguing you, you know it's...
No, I like to get, if something is bothering me, I want to get the answer. Okay, Lana and Richard, I will definitely do that. But this was sent messenger service, so okay. I'll take note of that.
Well, I can tell you that you are making radio an experience by itself when it comes to sex education. Every Thursday and Friday evening, reach on Power 2.1 FM with the one and only guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Imaging, the Adult Therapy Center. Just to remind you once again, if you would love to interact with him, and he loves hearing from you, you know that for a fact, right? Especially a lot of you are going through sexual dysfunctions and you need to get answers. Well, you can give him a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. May I remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
So, two extremes. You have entertainment for male and some female, which is like a gentleman's club. The other extreme, you have a swingers club. And there are lots of things that you could do in between, you know. That's why sometimes I don't need to advertise what we do in the swingers club because all the swingers know and they know what to do.
What it's all about.
Gentleman's club, the same thing. I don't need to do that anymore. But to meet in between, there are lots of persons out there who have never been to either one of them. They are not swingers because they have never been in the swinging lifestyle.
Yeah.
But they want to be introduced to it, or they want to have an experience, something similar to it. So that's why when I send out a broadcast, sometimes it's specifically designed to get those who have not yet participated, or some of those who have participated once in a while or whatever, to come and be part of it again.
Okay, let me ask you, and for the benefit of some of our listeners out there, what is the difference, or is there a difference between this gentleman's club and the swingers club?
Big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference. A gentleman's club is where you actually have persons performing to entertain. A swingers club is where couples get together to entertain one another. So they interact with one another. The in-between is a combination. How that combination works, it depends on the caliber of the persons there, it depends on how many persons are there, and it depends on exactly what you want to happen.
Oh, okay.
But it's a feeling out process because you're feeling people out. You're dealing with strangers. You're not dealing with individuals who you know.
It all depends on
So
the
if it's
vibes.
persons that you know, you will know how to deal with it quickly. But if it's strangers, you have to get the vibe. You have to understand what they're looking for. You have to understand what the needs are. Like I tell you, there are some persons who are very shy and they sit in a corner, but they might be very extroverted when they get involved. There are some persons who need alcohol to loosen up. Drugs are never allowed. If you need to take drugs to enjoy sex, something is wrong with you. You don't need to do that. The same way, you don't need to always use an enhancer unless you have a sexual dysfunction. Sex should be natural, sex should be enjoyable, and there's so many things that you can do sexually. Despite the fact that you have limitations, there's so many things that you could do. I know a lot of times that you go into a situation like that and you feel the other person is judging you. And that's a fear most people have, especially men. Their ego gets in the way and they say, I wonder if that man measuring my penis with the eyes, am I too big or too small? Or... Come on, nobody cares about that.
They care for the enjoyment of themselves.
It's enjoyment. That's what it is. It's strictly enjoyment. There was a time when I used to go to swingers club and thing in the States and that, and I walk in, clothes off, I go on the dance floor and think, no big deal for me. I don't care. And like I said, I'm not doing anything for anyone's enjoyment, it's for me.
But when someone attends a swingers club, they come with the intention that the minute they walk in, they come with the intention that there's no hang-ups.
Well, they are going into something that they're not supposed to have hang-ups. Because they come in there with their own free will. Nobody's forcing you to come.
Well, I know if someone comes on a regular basis, they would have gotten accustomed to the environment. But let's say a couple is coming for the very first time. What is the feeling?
Well, you'll know who are the newbies. You'll know who are the persons who have never had experience. So you talk to them, you get them into a conversation to converse with, not only with me, I'm not talking about talking with me, talking with the individuals who are more experienced and who have a similarity, and you get the ball rolling. You do some kind of game to get people to relax and unwind.
Make them feel comfortable.
Yeah, make them feel comfortable. It's all about enjoyment. You know, it might start off with a dance. Who knows? I don't know. It all depends on the vibe at the moment.
Oh, okay.
There's a vibe that takes place that gets people in the mood and get them going.
And there's a certain electricity between you.
There's a chemistry that builds up. There's a chemistry that builds up. The only thing when they're getting together with that, the gentleman's club, we allow certain things, but in the swingers club and the those get together like that, no cell phone, no firearm, there are certain things you can't come in with.
Okay, let me ask
you. You leave it in your car and you lock it.
From the experiences of a swingers club, suppose, well, of course, it's couples alone, but suppose now you go to someone and they're not into you. How does one handle
No means no.
No means no. Oh.
No means no.
No means no.
No means no.
So in a case like
you
that,
don't want to be put out of a swingers club. You don't want to be put out of a party like that.
Yeah.
Because if you are persistent after the person has said no, you'll be put out.
Oh, well, this is what I was
Yeah.
about. This is what I was
Once,
about to ask.
once the person tells you no, it's no. If the person comes back by you and apologizes and whatnot and things patch up and it's okay, it becomes okay, but no is no.
Okay. But that clears the air, especially for those of you who might be interested in getting involved in a swingers club. Once someone says,
Well, you have to, again, remember what I take for granted is what others want information about. So my job is to explain. That's why when people ask me a question, I try my best to explain.
okay, let me ask you another question.
That's what teaching is all about, you know.
Let me ask
Explanation.
you another question as far as where that is concerned. Basically, it's for couples, of course. If a couple gets into a swingers club, and let's say from a man point of view, someone is paying more attention to his wife or his partner, and they're showing an interest, but he's not getting good feedback from elsewhere. How does one handle something like that?
I will
Because
talk to the
you-
person, I will tell the person, allow your partner to enjoy it and be part of what that person is doing because that is your partner.
Yeah.
If you go into a situation like that, let's say you go with your partner and your partner is the center of attention, which is what happened at one incident I could think about. Just excuse me a minute, I need to do this. And the person was feeling a how, as we say in Trinidad. I pulled the person aside and I said, let's have a drink. When I say let's have a drink, doesn't mean that I'm drinking alcohol. You know? I could be drinking cranberry juice or water, doesn't matter. Because I don't get high off of those things. I get high off at what my brain, the way it operates. I could get high off of situations. I could get high off of what you tell me. As a matter of fact, I know persons like that who are getting into that realm because it's a higher elevated personality.
Yeah.
Right? So I will pull that person aside and say, here, you may not be the center of attention now. Allow your partner to enjoy it, but be part of it. Be next to the person, hold their hand, caress them, assure them that everything is okay, and you will see how that will work in your favor. I told you at the beginning, and I was explaining that from my experience, if your wife or your partner or your girlfriend or your common law partner or whatever does something with you out of love or does something for you out of love, it is much greater than you forcing that person to do it. And when that person realizes that you give them the opportunity to experience certain things, you think that they're not going to reciprocate, they will.
Yeah.
Reciprocity is what you want.
That's
And that person, when that person realizes, now, unless of course, and I've seen this happen, person comes with their partner, I'm not saying whether male or female, person comes with their partner, and the partner is trying to control everything. What happens? Now, there's some women who are very controlling also. Oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. And all of a sudden, the person gets into something, and you who are trying to control everybody ignore you. Everyone ignore you because they see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you end up losing out.
Yeah.
And you're not better off for the experience because everyone is ignoring you because they come to the realization of what you're doing.
Okay.
Unless you change your habits and change your ways and become part of whatever is happening, then you'll find one or two gravitating towards you. But once you exhibit those kind of things of control and whatnot, and I saw it happen. And when I went to the person and I said, here, right now you're being ignored, and I'll tell you why you're being ignored. And if you do so and so and so and so, you'll see you'll be the life of the party. And in 2 twos, that person became the life of the party. Because they listened to me.
Yeah. You mentor them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my job. My job is not to participate. My job is not to do things. My job is to make sure everybody gets the maximum benefit. That's my job. It's not about me. It's never about me.
It's about who attend, feel happy when they leave.
It's about the persons who are participating gets the maximum out of whatever is happening. So at the end of the day, they are totally satisfied.
Right. Well, I can tell you that you are making radio an experience by itself when you are listening to Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. Once again, for those of you who are listening to Sexplosion for the very first time, Sexplosion feature here on Power 2.1 FM every Thursday and Friday evening. Dr. Raj, the only guru in TNT when it comes to sex education, he joins us here every Thursday and Friday, and he do educate us as far as where sex education is concerned, and it's always nice having him here every week. For those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone, he's here to take your calls at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp because you don't want to hear yourself on air, who knows, maybe your neighbor might be listening as well. Well, you can send him a WhatsApp or a text message on his private mobile, 740-1961. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
Hi, good night, Dr. Raj. I'm locked on. Was in my bathtub listening to you. Great program from Sexy Alicia in the East. Okay. Sexy Alicia.
I like where she was listening to.
In the bathtub.
In the bathtub. Who knows, maybe the possibility she was having a bubble bath. To listen to the explosion. She might. I'll find you moving easy, I know.
Nah, it's not that. It's
Okay.
Someone was just disappointed about something, and I felt it for them because I would have liked that person to be there.
Oh.
But I understand the circumstance.
Sometimes it happens like that.
Yeah, there are certain circumstances you can't get away from.
Oh no. Well, that brings us to 19 minutes before 11 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Somebody don't call now, Vex.
Damn.
Well, answer it and tell them hold on or call back.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Now I'll tell him.
You have the power to do that?
Yeah.
Welcome to Carnival 2019 on main stage Power 102, celebrating the Masters.
I do things to last a long time.
Get an early start to the festivities, a celebration of true Colombian culture. Come and enjoy the sweet enticing sound of pan, calypso, and the best of Carnival 2019. The party season is here. Celebrating the Masters, playing now on Power 102.
I knew I had to be on stage. I felt this is the place.
Celebrating the Masters here on Power 102 with ticket giveaways to some of your favorite carnival shows and events. Interesting historical features like origins of the mass, folktales, fables, and legends, characters of carnival. And to keep you updated and in the know, our Carnival Calendar 2019, along with so much more, will carry live coverage of your favorite carnival events. Celebrating the Masters. Playing now on Power 102.
Power 102, empowering you.
This carnival.
Hi, hello, and thank you for holding, and welcome to, the person left us 222-8255, also at 612-8255. You are listening to Sexplosion on Power 102 FM this Friday evening. Yeah.
Good night, guys. I'm locked on from cold New York. Ooh.
Yeah, it's cold.
Good evening, Dr. Raj and Junior. Good evening, Dr. Raj. Talia, how are you? Good night, Dr. Raj. Locked on. Love tonight program. Hello, good night to everyone. You explain everything so well. Most appreciated, Doctor. Good night. Have an awesome evening from Dolly. Thank you very much, Dolly. I haven't seen Dolly for a long time, boy. Wow.
No.
Bounced she up in a prayers a couple of times.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice person, right?
Very nice person. I haven't seen her in such a long time. I forget what she looks like.
Oh, well, maybe she's like a
Last time
dog.
I saw her maybe was maybe about 6-7 years ago. More.
Yeah, but with a name like that, she had to be beautiful.
She's a good looking woman, of
She's
course.
a dog, but after all, she's a doll, yeah.
Pleasant good evening to Petra.
Hey. family joined us there. Nice.
She has been with us since the beginning. I just forget to mention.
Since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of the program.
Oh, well, the time, basically.
That's not the beginning of time.
No, on the program. Anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 15 minutes before 11 o'clock. Nobody does better what we do best. You are making radio an experience by itself. When you're listening to Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM, you know that for a fact, right? We are taking sex education where it has never been before. Exclusively on Power 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, no other than Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, located in St. Augustine, where he do treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Feel free to interact with him via the telephone at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Yep.
Hi, Rena is on. What name you asked for, Rihanna or Rena? I didn't ask for any name.
Wrong program.
Wrong program, whoever this is. Who is Rena or Rihanna? I did not ask.
No.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
It gets better.
All the time.
It gets better.
Most of the times, it usually gets better all the time.
It gets better.
Very real.
I love it. When it gets better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got the front you was asking for. I tell you.
You just tried to figure out my business.
Anyway, folks, 15 minutes before 11 o'clock. This is what it's all about. Sexplosion on this Friday evening with Dr. Raj. I tell you, I always look forward to coming in here with him on a Thursday or a Friday evening. And love his company. Great guy. 222-8255. Interact with him via the telephone. I know some of you have problems, and I know on the other hand, some of you have problems, but you are afraid to express yourself. Well, I tell you, this is the opportunity we gives you to express yourself, and you know, it only comes around twice a week. Feel free, you can give him a call at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education. Yeah.
Selena says, love your program. Okay, Selena. That's good. I like when people love the program.
And I love the name Selena.
Yeah, that's a lovely name.
Yeah, beautiful name.
Any experiences you have, especially with sexual encounter, should always be positive. We're not talking about rape and those things. We're talking about things that you voluntarily go to. Should always be positive. If you're with your partner, the sexual act between you and your partner must be enriching. It must be something that is uplifting. It must be something that makes you feel good about yourself. Even if it is a master-slave type of relationship, even if it is a dominatrix kind of relationship, it doesn't matter. Any relationship that you get into, there's a situation where you go for prostate milking, which could be a kind of uncomfortable position for a man, but at the end of it, you feel totally satisfied, satiated. It's uplifting for you. If you don't know what you're getting into, at first, when you get into it, it's like, this is a bit uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm going to like it. But if you relax enough, you eventually get to like it. Because you're taking it for the experience and you're taking it for what it can do for you. Okay. And that's what is important. What is this doing for me? How is it going to challenge me? How is it going to enrich my life? What is it going to do for me and make me a better person? So everything that you do sexually with your partner, by yourself or whatever, that's why, for example, in the swingers club or the gentleman's club, women are always free. Women are always free to come and express themselves. Men obviously has to pay. Couples pay. But women are always free. Anywhere you go in the world, any swingers club you go to, Germany, Amsterdam, New York, Miami, LA, women are free.
But
couples pay and single men pay. And single men pay more than the couples.
Oh.
Yeah. They do everything to keep single men away. Because it's not a singles lifestyle.
No, well, yeah.
It is a couple's lifestyle. You have to understand that. It's a gentleman's club. Men pay the cover price and they go in. But if they come with a woman, the woman goes in free.
Oh. Well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And again, it's international standards. People don't understand that. They don't understand when you tell somebody a BYO, we bring your own booze. There are certain clubs, most swingers club, you bring your own booze. What? Because they can't cater for everything that every person likes to drink. And it's not a bar where you go and pay for stuff.
Yeah.
The bar is open to you. So ice and chasers and those things are free. It's covered by your door, you pay at the door.
The cover.
But whatever you drink, your name goes on the bottle and it's there for you.
Oh.
That's how it operates.
That's great, yeah, because, I mean, you might be specialized in something that you love drinking. And
Exactly.
It's not available.
Exactly.
So,
And not everybody drinks the same thing.
no.
Now, if you have a small gathering, you want to make sure everyone is catered for.
And
So whatever they want to drink, they bring it. Bring your own booze, bring your own bottle.
Yeah, and you want everyone to feel comfortable in the
If you're drinking
environment.
beer, I expect you to bring one bottle.
No. Oh, gosh, no.
It's not like the Martin advertisement where you say one beer and everybody just take a sip and pass it.
Anyway, folks, taking our time. It's now 10 minutes before 11 o'clock. The magic of sex education. Right here on Power 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. Feel free, our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone 2228255, also at 6128255. This program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yep.
So anyone interested, I know we're finishing at 11. Anyone interested, all you need to do is send me a WhatsApp message. Don't send me a message. Because WhatsApp, I create WhatsApp group and I that's how I communicate. It's better if you send me a WhatsApp message.
Yep.
We communicate via that. You get all the information, all the instructions on what you're supposed to do, and you take it from there.
Take it from there.
Yeah. Don't call, ask me where's the event. It doesn't matter if the event is in
Timbuktu.
Mayaro.
Nice place.
You have no idea.
No.
Because you can't come and pay by the door.
As you know,
There's no such thing.
As we into the discussion of swingers club, or a swingers club. Swingers, when there's
I don't like to use the word swingers club for this kind of event because it's not a swingers event. Like I said, the swingers know when they get together and what they have to do. This is an event of adults coming together to have a good time.
Enjoyment.
Yeah. It's an adult party.
Yeah, but okay, these places are not okay. Like for instance, you know, they have different fetes where they advertise. When you're having a gathering like this, is it advertised at a certain, or the person have to call and know where the
It's
gathering?
not advertised. No, it's not for the public.
No, so when
This is
someone-
only for individuals who want to come to the event.
Right, so yeah.
Once you have gone through the process
You must
and you
go
are,
through
of
the
course,
process.
and you are accepted.
Yeah.
Once you have gone through the process and you are accepted, you will know where it is.
You will know it. Okay. Right. Okay. But that's great. That's
Yeah.
great too. That's great.
And there's a number of reasons for that. Security is one, which is first and foremost. Secondly, you can't come by the door and pay. So it has nothing like I need to know where it's at.
No,
So that I can come by the door and pay, no?
So it's not
You,
a
you
spur.
cater for X amount of persons and that's it?
It's not a spur of the moment thing.
No.
Well, that's good. Anyway, folks, taking our time, 7 minutes before 11 o'clock, you are on the inside of Sexplosion. Raj Ramnanan. So you've got 8 minutes in which you can interact with him via the telephone. Feel free at 2228255, also at 6128255. Yeah.
What is important is that the individuals who are part and parcel of the get-together, it's about them and what they want to get out of it. So that's why the process of asking the questions and making sure that they have the mindset for it. There are persons who will talk brave and tell you what they feel, what you feel I want to hear. But that doesn't mean to say it's going to guarantee you a spot, you know. Because remember, I could analyze you in 2 seconds when it comes to those things.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy as that.
And you must go through
I screen everyone.
you screen everyone.
Yes. Nobody goes in for our screening committee. I screen everyone. With recommendation to who I need to recommend.
And if you don't qualify, that's
You don't
it.
qualify. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. There's nothing that you can, no amount of money you could pay to qualify. Money doesn't qualify you.
No, because I mean, you have
Money is not the qualification. What qualifies you is your ability to be part of the group.
And you have to be careful who, I mean, like.
And your ability to be part of the group is your eagerness and willingness to participate. That's what qualifies you. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
Because nobody wants anyone there who is going to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Yes, yeah, a lot of course.
And the minute that happens, you'll be asked to leave. And nobody wants to be asked to leave or to be put out of a party of that nature. Nobody wants that.
No, first of all, it's an embarrassment to the individual themselves.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that embarrassment.
No, you don't want, and especially, you know what I mean? You're on a road.
But I very rare you'll find a situation like that, because most individuals who come in, they want the experience of it. Whether they come back a second time is up to them, but the experience of it is what they want.
Okay.
Some persons use it to enhance their marriage, to make things different in their marriage. They're bored and they want to do something different. Fine.
Something
The
exciting.
reasoning behind it is not important, you know.
Uh-huh.
What is important is you getting what you want out of it.
That's the bottom line. Sounds interesting.
It is very interesting. And again, because of our society and because of the needs of individuals out there who want that sort of participation and they want to make sure that they have that level of entertainment, they get it. And as I tell you, it's building up to something else. That there are other things that we're having. It's going to be different from what we had in the past. So nobody could say, well, it's exactly what we had in the past.
Yeah.
It's going to be different.
But I know you're going to close off in a little while, but what is the latest with the stores?
Again, as I mentioned last night, in Debe, I'm starting to see clients from the 5th of February. So those who want to make their appointment, all they have to do is call the store in Debe, or they could call the store, they could call Total Image and make their appointment. I'll be there from 11 to 3 on Tuesday, Tuesday the 5th. Of course, those who want to go to the Grand Bazaar store. I'm not at this Grand Bazaar store to do appointments because my office is right in St. Augustine.
Yeah, that's no stone throw away.
Come on, it's 5 minutes away.
Yeah,
So if someone goes to the store in Bamboo and expect to see me professionally, my office is right in St. Augustine, 5 minutes away. Literally 5 minutes away.
Yeah, that don't make sense at all.
So it makes no sense I have a clinic at Bamboo number 3. Sometimes I'm there, sometimes I just make appearances there. The store is doing wonderfully well. I like the support of the public. You can get everything that you need there. You just go in and talk to the girls. You go in and talk to whoever is there.
They make you feel very comfortable.
Of course. And very soon we'll be implementing something that's going to blow people's mind away. It's going to blow their mind. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that it happens, and it happens quickly, within the next month.
Oh, so quick, huh?
Yeah. I like to do things and go head on into it and do it as quickly as possible so I get the maximum benefit out of it. I'm always a pioneer in things that I do.
Well,
I try my best not to follow anyone.
Well, I know you're always on the move, and your mind always circling. So I know that for a fact. For the last 18, 19 years I know you. We know one another, no boy family.
Too long. Excuse me.
And you know, I feel very easy knowing you.
There you go again, trying to mind my business.
I tell you.
You know, the amazing thing about it, if I call another name, you wouldn't be like that.
No, as a matter of fact, I've been sitting here with you for so many years. Any other name, I never see them, but I can almost put a face.
You can.
Almost.
You're real good, boy.
No, because I know you have good taste. I know you have good taste. His family, your family, you have to have good taste. You have
Yeah,
good
you
taste.
know that.
I know. Yeah. I know you have good taste. There's no two ways about that. I know you have good taste. We've been hanging out too long, man.
All right, partner, I hear you.
Yeah. So I know you make me feel easy to be very comfortable. My brother.
So with that, folks, we have reached the end of our program for tonight.
For this Friday, yeah.
Until our next program, of course, you'll know when our next program is on. Because those of you who are on my Facebook, you get a broadcast. Those of you on my WhatsApp, you get a broadcast. Those of you who are listening to the program for the first time, send me a message on WhatsApp. Just say you are a fan of the program, give a name, and you'll get our WhatsApp broadcast. I have over 2,000 people on my WhatsApp broadcast to send out messages to.
It's easy like that.
Yeah, so I just send out messages to them.
Yeah. But I saw that one late today.
Yeah, I sent it out late.
Oh, yeah, because it's only when I got into the studio.
Yeah, I sent it out late, and there was a reason for that. There's always a reason behind my madness.
No, but I know you put your mind in motion before putting things out, eh? I know that for a fact.
You got to.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's some things that creates an impact in a particular way.
Yeah, and as we always say, timing is important.
Timing is always important.
Timing
in
is
life, that's important. Programming, it's important. The way you do things and how you do things, very important
And
also.
when you do it, as a matter of fact.
Good night, folks.
You've been listening to Sexplosion on this Friday evening with none other, the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Limited, the Adult Therapy Center, located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female.